A surprise downgrade of the financials. Dick Beauvais, after a few weeks of liking the sector, he's now downgrading stocks like Bayer, Lehman. I get those, but Goldman? Jim Cramer, what's this all about?
Okay, I think one of the things that you have to recognize is that all of investment banking in domestic has slowed, okay, whether any division, fixed income, equity, M&A. So, I mean, Beauvais is right that it's not a good time for this business. The idea of downgrading Goldman is difficult for me to get because I think that this is one of those classic situations, and you get this in a lot of industries. And that's when there's a downturn, there's some companies that pick up share. Lowe's Corporation, for instance, has always liked downturns. This is a very tough one for Lowe's, but they've always picked up share versus Sears and Home Depot in every single downturn. Any great company would tell you that when things get bad, that's when you begin to take clients. If you have a forward-looking vision and your balance sheet isn't hurt, it's when you begin to really become more dominant. Goldman had not been dominant. It had been a dominant firm, but not the dominant firm. Beauvais is absolutely right over the next 3 months. I think Goldman's going to be, Goldman's had a big run from 160. But I'm looking at Goldman and thinking, where's it going to be the next 3 years? And what is clear to me is that Goldman is winning client after client after client and doing everything really right. Now, they did raise a private equity firm money at the wrong time, but they've got a lot of cash. I urge people to recognize that that the Fed is way behind the curve. There's no doubt they're way, but I've called them stupid.
50 points,
but they won't do the 50 that I want, but they will eventually get there, and then you'll want to buy all these stocks. So what you have to do is, if you're Beauvais, you got to upgrade Goldman at 200. Now, see, that's a 10% swing. Most of the people I know can't catch that. But if you're a hedge fund guy, you'll probably try to want to catch it. I don't think Goldman goes all the way down there, but who knows? It went to 160, and I liked it the whole time. My view is to try to be consistent on Goldman Sachs and just say, look, it's the premier franchise, and it's done a lot of things right. It deserves a higher multiple than the others, and it still doesn't have it. So while I like Dick's call, and he was certainly right about the banks going lower, I just think you have to thread the needle if you sell Goldman, and I don't like threading the needle. I do not like Bear Stearns stock at all. Lehman, I think, is not bad. Okay. I like John Thain and Nelson Chai very much. So I think that Merrill's kind of a very interesting speculation here. And I think Morgan Stanley is wildly overvalued versus what I thought it was when I realized that they were in disarray and didn't know it.
All right, I get it now. Yeah. Thanks a lot, Jim Cramer, on Wall Street Confidential, only on thestreet.com TV. Stay tuned.